So today I am back at Friends Beck Nature Reserve, and hopefully it won't be as wet and muddy as it was last time. So let's see. It does look a lot drier. And hopefully you can see that I've got a really beautiful sunny day today, which is nice. I've got my backpack on and I've got some decent shoes on, so I'm hoping that I'll be able to find a spot and do a sketch today as well. Going down. Oh, it's much greener here. Wow. And you can see I'm walking alongside the river. I think I might go a slightly different way than the way I went last time, because I have a feeling, well, I'm hoping anyway, that there will be, oh, look at that. Now that is gorgeous. In fact, I'm just taking a picture of that. And then on the other, oh, a couple of pigeons there, that's what we've got on the other side. So let us see. This, as you can see, is not muddy. And they've put some new fencing up here, look. Let's come out a bit there. Got another little bench where you could sit and watch the river flow past. We've got lots of, can you see all the catkins from this tree? Just hold it up a bit so you can see where I'm aiming for. But look at the lovely green. Everything's looking fresh and spring-like. And that was all water over there. It does still look a trifle wet, but not anywhere near as wet as it was. And these old, lovely old trees. In fact, we'll say hello and we'll touch the tree for good luck today. Here we go over another little kind of bridge. In fact, there isn't any water in there at all. So everything really has dried up quite nicely. We've got lots of these catkins on the ground. I think that's what you call them anyway. Catkins. And I can hear lots of birds. I hope you can hear the birds too. So we've got a nice seat just there, which we might come back to. Maybe we'll sit there on the way back. but I want to go a bit further today. I've got my flask of coffee with me. Oh, look. There we can see that tree has fallen into the river. The river doesn't look as though it's flowing very well. Past another little bridge. And then we've got these little flowers here, look. I don't know whether they're just weeds or flowers or what they are, but I will look them up. In fact, in order to look them up, I'm going to need a nice picture. There we go, taking a photo. Just says I've got a picture of what it was, and then I can look it up when I get home and find out what they're called, which is part of the fun. Such a lovely day. So I'm not going to get too puffed out today. I think I'm just going to walk at a gentle pace. One little round seat for someone to perch on. Now we're coming to a bit that's a little bit more open. Oh, I can hear the water. I'm hoping you can hear that. So there is movement. Yep, nice little molehill. So this bit is a lot more open, as you can see, and this nature reserve is in the middle of really what you might call industrial work units. So it is quite unusual. Now, I normally make my way down there to that bench, but today we're going this way, and I'm hoping it will be nice and quiet because it's a little bit off the beaten track, and that I can find a nice seat with a good view where I can do a nice sketch. So we are now walking up the other side of the river. And we've got some fields here. Sometimes there are some cows in those fields, but I can't see anything at the moment. And it was whilst walking along here that I came across an otter, which was rather lovely. So you never know what you're going to come across when you're out and about. I can see there's been some wood pigeons that have flown in and out. There we go. Let's give you a little view of the other side. Oh, that bird sound is just lovely. Oh, so nice to be outside for a change. Now I can see where I'm heading. There we go. We're going over this little bridge here. And I'm just hoping that you're enjoying the view, as if you're walking along with me. Got a little bit of a wall here. Let's have a little closer look at this. Yeah, there's a bit of a brick wall there for some reason. I wonder what that was. Anyway, we'll keep walking. There's somewhere kind of here that I saw the otter. We're just, isn't it lovely? This is kind of in the middle of some built up industrial units, who would have thought? Oh. Looks like someone sat in my spot. Oh well. Maybe I can find a different spot. And I wonder what it is that they're doing here. Maybe they're making a little pond or something. Oh, that was a little butterfly. I've just gone past. And here we have to go round the corner. Oh, I think maybe not. I think there might be another seat further up. I may have to stop videoing for a moment and put it on pause. says I don't annoy the person. Okay, so after a little chat with that gentleman, I'm just walking further round now, and hopefully we'll come across a nice seat somewhere in a moment. That would be quite nice. He did say that there are more seats around here, so gosh, that really is quite warm out here. Gosh, it's really pretty. Got a little bit of industrial noise there, but I guess that can't be helped. I'm closer to the industrial units, so I'm just going to pause it and I'll be back when we haven't got so much noise. Okay, I think we should be far enough away from the noise now, so moving on round. Oh yes, I found a seat with a view. How about this? And it's even in a little bit of shade. Let's get round this side, because then we've got the view. Okay. I've had to take my coat off, look, because it's so warm. Let's get my backpack off. And let's get out this one. And there we go, we've got a clip. And I did pack an extra brush with me. Right, let me get myself seated. There. And we can open this up. Like so. I can get my sketchbook out. So I'm using this one today that I reviewed the other day, and I've just worked out how to use the poppers. And the sketchbook is Sea White of Brighton. It's just a little about 5" by 5" square. That was one I did the other day. Right, shall we go on to a double spread? There. And if I move my backpack right over, I'm going to get my coffee out. There's my coffee. And that's the view that I'm going to be doing. But first I need a coffee. Back with you in a tick. Okay, so I think what I'm going to do is this little pathway here. And we've got quite a kind of a bank on the left and some trees, and then we've got all those trees on the right as well. So that's what I'm going to have a go at. Oh, after another sip of coffee. Right. Let us make a start. I might have to twist myself around a bit here so that I can see what I am doing. Okay, so I want to get that path in, and it's kind of going like so, and it kind of comes back on itself, but obviously perspective and all, we need it to get wider. So I've got my path in, and then we've got a tree that's here going up. Oh, okay. I'm going to move that and let's go in a bit. There we go. Just want to get the kind of shape of this tree because it kind of splays out. So we get those main branches in, and then everything else can kind of come off of them. Okay. And we have got other trees in the background. So we will just, this has got its leaves are kind of around the edge more than anything else. So we'll get those in. Right, now then, that is all going to be the bank, and what we've got is a much bigger tree that is probably going to take over what I've done in the background there. So we will get that one in. So, and then we've got grasses and bushes, and we've got some nettles down here. So perhaps what we will do is get some of these kind of nettles in. Oh, I'm not very good at keeping this straight, am I? So I'm just putting some kind of jagged things for the nettles. Come across there, and then the rest is really more grass, and then we've got all these grass and hedges on the other side. So I need to get my paints out next, I think. And the paints that I'm using are my Nomadic Artist, and these are Shinhan paints. So let's just pop them down there and get my travel brush out, which is a size 10, and it's an Escoda Prado, apparently. Right, I need some water. So we will get the water out. Like so. So there's my water bottle. And we will start, I think, on this right hand side to get some, and I'm going to need a tissue. Here, voila, one tissue. I want to try and get some of these bushes coming in from this side. So and I want those to look like they are coming round. Let's just move that clip a minute. So I want that to peter off down there like so. And let's get a bit of wet in wet, something else going on there. Right, okay, so we have those bushes on that side. And then what we need is just the kind of grass below it. So I'm going to go for a much yellower green. And we can then pop that in. And we will use some other colours, or maybe some watercolour pencils to get the grass texture in there. But there we have the grass on that side. And we need the grass on this side as well. So I might need to mix up a bit more of that. There we go. Now let's just get that in there. And we can go over those nettles because we used our pen there. Okay, and then I need maybe, I think this is an ochre. We'll get that path in. Like so. And we can go over here, and I need to make a much darker green, so I'm just going to use what was on my palette, and I've added some I'm not sure whether that's neutral tint or Payne's grey, but I wanted a much darker green for all these tree bits over here, together with that brighter green. And I'll get the branches and we need a darker brown. So that is burnt sienna, but I'm going to add the Payne's grey to it to make it a lot darker. And then we can get that in there. And it doesn't matter if it runs a bit. We're just doing a sketch here. We're not doing something that's supposed to look completely perfect. So we will let's get it go even darker and just add some dark bits in there. In those kind of bushes that I'm hinting at. There we go. Right, I need that, she says. I'm probably not aiming this very well at all, but I need that to dry before I can do anything else, so back later. Well, I decided I couldn't wait, so I've got a green coloured pencil. It's a Caran d'Ache moss green, and I've decided to show some of that grass around the path there. So I'm just putting some of that grass in, and I definitely want some coming out and around the tree there. And what have I got now? I have got a Derwent Lightfast natural brown, and I'm going to just get more of these branches in. Okay. Now, I could also put some kind of, where are we? Put some grasses around the bottom, because there are around the bottom of these bushes on the right. So I'll get those in. And we don't mind if there's blooms. Let us mix up more of there we go, olive-y green, and we can get some more, because this is drying quite fast because it's really actually very hot today. So I'm just going to add some watercolour in with the pencil there. And I'm going to take my brighter green that I can't remember what colour it is, and I'm just going to dab that around to get some more leaves, sorry. What am I like? Okay, so I think that's given a better effect on that tree. But we also need to get something in there. Let's add my little bit of blue into my tree. Like so. And we could maybe echo some of that blue over here in these bushes. Yep. Okay. So now I just need to, nearly dipped my brush in my coffee. Oh, I would have been devastated. Right. I need maybe a fairly dry brush because I kind of just want to get something else going on this green bit. Because it's just looking a tad dull. I think dull is the word. So this is just kind of like, where are we? I go up. This is just like quite a dry, thirsty brush that I'm using. Just to get, I want some texture and things going on in here. There. I think that is much better, but that path is not great. Let's take some of our darker brown now, and we'll just get something going on here. Maybe a shadow from the trees on this left-hand side. Because it was looking too much like a colouring in. Am I happy with that? Do I need to blend a tad more? Maybe. Let's try blending that a little bit more. Now that's looking more like a path. Okay. So obviously this is not an exact replica. As I've said many times before, this is my kind of version of, and I'm just going to get a bit of darker green in for these stinging nettles. So just gradually building it up there. Definitely need more something. Coming down here, I think, as well. Want to show that that's a bit of a bank. Hopefully that does now look a little bit more like a bank. So I'm going to let that dry and then see if there's anything else I want to do. Okay, so I have just added a few little bits with my white Uniball Signo pen, just to kind of let people know that there are a few little white flowers going on in there. I got my Payne's Grey luminance out, and I've gone around the path a little bit more around the edge and also down my tree. So that is my sketch. That is the view, and there we go, like so. What fun today. Well, I always say that, but I hope you've enjoyed it. I do hope you have, I really do. I am just going to enjoy sitting out here in these beautiful surroundings for a little bit longer. Take a slow walk back, find another bench, maybe do another little sketch before I make my way back home. So this is about half an hour away from me, half an hour's drive. So yeah, there you go. One last look around for you. Oh, listen to those birds. Okay,